Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the STHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the SDHSAA, are the 29,000 high school sports and performing arts students in South Dakota. And so, we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible, because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in South Dakota.
This message presented by the STHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the STHSAA.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in South Dakota. This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming. As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about the season, of which I only have one expectation, that everybody gets stronger. When I say get stronger, I'm not referring solely to physical strength. Sure, we'll be in the weight room, we'll be running stairs, but we're also going to focus on developing mental toughness and grit, because those are the characteristics that allow us to achieve greatness both on and off the court. So, how do we develop those things? By getting comfortable with a challenge, by cultivating the confidence necessary to overcome adversity in all forms. That's why I coach. That's my purpose. Every member of this team can lean on me, and I'll teach them how they can lean on themselves and each other.
This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in South Dakota needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Timeout.
All right! Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the SDHSAA, are the 29,000 high school sports and performing arts students in South Dakota. And so, we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in South Dakota.
This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented.
Well, good evening, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to some high school soccer here. We have the T-Area Titans facing off against the Jefferson Cavaliers. We're going to turn it over to the PA announcer here, the public address announcer, Shad Hockey, for the lineups. And then Shad will be back in here to bring us some play-by-play tonight. Looking forward to that.
Welcome back to Game 2 of Titans Soccer versus Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. As we played the anthem for the first game, we'll skip it for this game. We welcome you to today's event. Schools participating in this are members of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. They've adopted the rules under which this game is conducted. A strong commitment to excellence, fair play, and sportsmanship are all vital to this event's success. Remember to cheer in a positive manner, be respectful of the officials' decisions, and those officials for this game are Kamala Moon, Kyle Norberg, Kim Schaefer Croston. They are registered by the State of South Dakota High School Activities Association. They have worked hard to learn the rules and administer them fairly at this event, and we request that you respect their honest efforts in officiating this contest. And now let's meet the starters. First for the visiting team on the scoreboard, Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. A junior goalkeeper, number 0, Nora Weaver. A senior midfielder, number 2, Ella Miley. Junior midfielder, number 3, Madison Ingle. Senior forward, number 4, Josie Simmons. Senior forward, number 5, Ava Brown. Senior midfielder, number 9, Taryn Hieronymus. A junior midfielder, number 11, Sydney Polkinghorn. Sophomore defender, number 13, Ella Brown. Senior midfielder, number 27, Emily Vasquez. Freshman forward, number 34, Grayson Gertis. And a freshman forward, number 38, Kalia Mitchell. Assistant coaches for the Cavaliers, Lulu Moreno, Lair Steen. Head coach, Taylor Machechek. And now let's meet the starters, the home team on the scoreboard, your key area Titans. A senior forward, number 9, Kendra Nielsen. A midfielder and a junior wearing number 10, Ellie Kleiberg. A senior defender wearing number 13, Maya Newhart. A senior forward wearing number 15, Elena Lou Otten. Senior midfielder wearing number 19, Chloe Wilson. A junior defender wearing number 20, Olivia Johnson. A sophomore defender wearing number 23, happy birthday, the great Kate Giles. Junior midfielder wearing number 25, Sage Hoffman. Senior forward wearing number 26, Kaya Lakender. A senior defender wearing number 38, Reese Hammerquist. And at goal, a senior wearing number 37, Abby the Wall Munson. Assistant coaches for the Titans, Brooke Piper, Yasmin Sumik, and head coach in his last regular season home game 100 wins, Mr. Mark Anderson. And thank you to our little lady Titans tonight.
And there are your starters for tonight's game. Brought to you by the PA man himself, Mr. Shad Hockey, who now joins us in the booth to do the game, to call the action. Hi, Shad.
Am I getting paid double for this or what?
I think you are. I think you are.
Haven't done that in a while.
You got to love the echo as you're saying it, you know.
Yeah, Coach Mark graciously asked me if I would do it for his last regular season home game. Since in the playoff games we kind of have to be neutral, and so I agreed to do it, and Tommy let me step in to do my old role. Now Tommy is the voice of the Titans soccer, boys and girls, and so I thank him for letting me come on in and get back on the bike. Here we are, Titans soccer. This is a 6. No, I'm sorry. We'll look at the right one here. 6-3-2 Titan team taking on a Jefferson team. 0-7 have been outscored 22-1 on the year. They got 1 goal in the game against Sioux Falls Lincoln, and so Titans would like to take care of business, would like to move up just a little bit in the standings after this one. It's not going to be a lot. You know, your power points, if you don't know the situation, you get a certain amount for teams that are 250 and under, 250 winning percentage, meaning they've won a quarter of their games. And then 500 and to 250 to 500, you get a little more. And then above 500, that's when you really start getting points. That's when you really want to beat these teams that have winning records. So this one will help a little bit, not a lot, with the Titans. Allegra Waltner out probably for the season. Avalon Thompson out probably for the season. Mackenzie Thompson is out. And Chloe Wilson is limited. She's going to get about 10 minutes this first half. And then we'll be reevaluated at halftime. I'll go down at halftime and kind of find out what's going on and what she's going to be doing.
Almost an early opportunity there for the Cavaliers in front of the net.
It sure was. Boy, that would have shocked everybody.
That would have been a little wake-up call that maybe is needed now, and get back into it right away. After sitting around, standing around, you know, watching the boys' game, and then you got to warm up. And
yeah, I believe this is the first time the girls have played the late game this year.
Yeah, so it's a little different when you're used to coming right out of school and getting warmed up and playing.
Yeah. That's what Griff was talking about the first game, the boys' game, of how, you know, maybe that could have – I asked if it just being a long game could have led to them. I know you weren't here at halftime. I went down and talked to Coach Juergens. He said that he said they matched our energy. And I said, what's that? And he said, next to nothing. And then he told me last night when I visited practice that I asked, how are you going to win tomorrow? And he said, controlling the middle game with our passes. And I asked him at halftime, well, how'd that work? And he said, terrible. And he said the first team to win would be the first team to wake up in the second half, and that was Jefferson. Scored 3 goals in the last 30 minutes to win 3-0. So here are the Lady Titans. They had a kind of a odd late practice last night. I went and talked to Coach Anderson for about 45 minutes, and then I had to get out of there because we could just talk forever about old players and old teams and music and everything, and I wanted to get him out of there so he could help run the practice. But it was about 8:30 by the time they started practicing last night.
Wow.
Because of homecoming festivities and whatnot. So I did ask him, I said, what are you trying to accomplish practicing this late in the season? And he said it's just about being together and having fun, being happy. They were, when I walked onto the field last night, here's a ball up the field. This is Kinder Nielsen. Tripped by a player. She was, so about 40 yards out from the goal. I walked onto the field, and he said, you didn't know I coach a bunch of Adam Sandlers, do you? Well, yesterday at T High School, it was Jersey Day, and so a lot of the girls, they had jerseys on last night, oversized jerseys, sunglasses, hats, oversized basketball shorts.
During practice?
Yes.
Nice.
It reminded me of when Coach Teen used to do the practice for Halloween volleyball, and they'd always dress up and have a lot of fun with that and see if that tradition continues this year with a new coach. But that was a odd call. Nielsen just fell down, but they ruled that one was the Cavaliers' ball.
Did they call offside there? Was she behind
that
the
could have
defense? I didn't see the flag.
That's a handball, but no call.
Nope.
No, they
maybe
will.
There was.
That's a nice ball.
That was.
By the Cavaliers. And so volleyball will get going here at Watertown soon. And this parking lot that was expanded a couple years ago was just on time because it has been full a lot this year.
It has.
For different activities. Even the middle school parking lot is full. They must have something going on over there. Here's Kyle Kander down the sidelines, the senior. She's going to take it down the line, pull it back, send it into the middle. She's got Nielsen. Nope.
Oh.
Skips through. Nielsen.
Nice centering play there.
Yeah, couldn't get a foot on it. Neither could Lou Otten on the other side.
Cavalier.
And so now it'll be a goal kick. The Cavaliers. Nora Weaver has got her Titan yellow on tonight. Thank you, Nora, for that. I wanted to talk to as many players that I knew would want to talk to me the other night, and I talked to a few. I talked to Kyle Kander, and I talked to Kendra Nielsen, and Abby Munson, the keeper here. 3 seniors out of the 7, I believe, 7 or 8 that start. And we'll tell you a little bit about them as the game goes on. This is Clayberg, play in the middle, right side, sends it down the line. Hoping to get Nielsen. Otten's going to take over. And that was nice job by Otten to kick it off. One of the Cavaliers out of bounds, keep the ball. Titans coming off probably their best game of the season. 2-0 shutout win Saturday against Pierre, or let's say it the right way, Pierre. 2-0, Nielsen got one, and then the second one was, I know it was a Nielsen assist. Nielsen got a corner off of the leg of Lakander, and then or Nielsen get 2. But that was a complete game, and Otten from Nielsen, and then Nielsen from Lakander on the corner. So, and they shut out Pierre, and they were feeling pretty good about that. Nielsen has been playing for 10 years, started playing in the 2nd grade. So it has been a while for the speedster. There's a ball into the box. Cleared from the Cavaliers, but Maya Newhart, I'm sorry, that's Clayberg, is on it. Sage Hoffman gives chase. There's Wilson, captain. Got the captain's band on. Nice ball to Lakander. Can Lakander take advantage? Just gets it wide left. Would love to have seen her put that on goal high. I think she would have been in business. And while the Cavaliers are 0-7, the most they've given up in one game is 5 against Yankton. And the Titans, of course, tied Yankton 1-1. So Nielsen, she just said they had the right mentality to come in when they played Pierre and beat them. And I asked her how far they can go. She said, we know we can win. We just need to score, which is weird because Coach Anderson has said that to me in the past. We just need some people to step up and score some goals. And it looks like Nielsen might be that person, much like last year when she kind of started slow and then came back. That's a nice play by Hoffman there and gets it to the edge. Titans might be in business here. It looks like Nielsen, Lakander, off of the bottom of the field goal post.
Trying for 3 instead of 1. You know, it might sound silly to some people like, well, if we could just score, we could be really good. But that is a thing because there's so many more parts of the game. You know, I said the same thing about our baseball team this year. It was like, if we can score some runs, we can beat anybody. And it's like, well, duh.
Right.
But no, we could pitch, we could catch, we could field, we were smart. We just couldn't always put up runs, you know. So it's that same mentality.
Yeah, and when I hear that we just need to score, that's what it tells me. It tells me you do all the other things well, that you just have a hard time hitting the ball or kicking the ball in the goal.
Sometimes just having that player or two that has the nose for the goals too, you know, like just that person that always seems to be in the right spot. at the right time to finish it off.
Carly McKinney for the Titans, Kayla Kunert, Emily Morales, I believe her junior year.
Yeah, just kind of a knack.
Yep.
Just had a knack for doing it.
I asked Kendra her favorite restaurant, and she told me Chick-fil-A. I said favorite fast food and favorite sit-down, Chick-fil-A, and then Olive Garden.
Hey, I like those too.
And favorite TV streaming is Gilmore Girls. There's Munson, drop back from Wilson. Now Hammerquist, she just gets a little too far back. This is Johnson, one of the defenders, out of bounds, stays, goal kick.
10 minutes in here.
10 minutes in, 0-0. Her favorite store, Kinder Nielsen said Aerie, A-R-I-E,
Yep.
Aerie.
I've heard of it.
I have too, obviously. I've never shopped there.
No.
What's she going to miss the most? She said practice. And that made me laugh because I've been to a couple practices this year, and it does seem like a lot of fun. Which is weird because I've known great players that have told me that they hate to practice in different sports, and I'm like, really? I always enjoyed practicing, but there's a nice ball upfield. This is Otten. Pass upfield was by number 9, Kendra Nielsen. And she has an older brother. I didn't know that. She wants to go to a 4-year college, possibly law. And I said, what's the possibly? Why are you doubting that? She said, it's a long time. And it is. Titans threatening to score here. It's Clayberg. Gets it out to Hoffman. Little floater over the goal by Otten. And I asked her about Coach Mark. Can I have some other former players that have commented on Coach Mark? She said he's fun. He has flexibility. And he just keeps it fun. And it's just been really nice to play for him in high school. I have some other girls that I reached out to. Not all of them answered, but that's the beauty and the ugly part of Facebook is some of these girls are, and a couple of them answered and said, I'm sorry, I've been busy, and I totally get it, but I wanted to read those to you because Mark told me last night that I said, see you tomorrow night. He said, I'll probably be crying by the time it's all over, but special guy, only coach the Titans girls program has ever known, and so he'll be turning over the reins next year to, we're not exactly sure who.
How many years has there been
12
a program?
years. 12 years.
There we go. Oh.
12 years. And his wife, too. I don't want to forget about Sherry. That's going to be Titans throw-in. It's just a matter of time here, you'd think, for the Titans. As Otten will throw it in. His wife, Sherry's been just a huge part of this program and all the things that she does. And she told me a couple nights ago that she'll never forget when their daughter Kaylee came home and said, Dad, you're going to coach our soccer team. And Mom, you're going to help, too. and it's bittersweet for both of them. It's bittersweet for Sherry, too.
Yeah, it's one of those things, too. Like, he had 2 daughters in the program during his tenure?
You put me on the spot.
I know Kaylee, but was there I'm not sure.
And he brought up you. He talked about people he's going to miss, and he's like, he brought up you and said that it's just fun to be part of the community. And you taught his daughter. He told me last night. And
basketball. She played basketball.
Basketball coach and Mr.
And that's
Bindi.
what you don't see all that often either. A lot of times when a coach coaches his own children years after, you'll see them get out of it, but he's really stayed in it for a long time. Yeah. You can tell he's loved the game and not just loved coaching his daughter, because it's really easy just to get out of it once they're out and you're going to watch them grow up and do their thing.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right.
So
number 7, Macy Hansel, senior midfielder, into the game. Number 10, McKinley Smith, junior midfielder. And number 24, Logan Ferentz, senior forward. All into the game for the Cavaliers. Nice stop by Hammerquist. Solid player. Here comes Olivia Johnson. Knocked out of bounds by the Cavaliers. Grayson Gertis, just a freshman playing AA. It's pretty impressive. Thrown in. I'm sorry, I think it was Grayson Gertis that came in and not 24. No, 24 is in there as well. So Grayson Gertis into the game. Here's Chloe Wilson.
Sending it.
Yeah, great midfielder. Here comes. Just out of bounds. Throw in, no corner kick.
We got our roving reporter in the gymnasium right now, Les Schroeder. Going to keep us abreast of the
volleyball
yes
game. Allie, it's now Bixler. It used to be Kakmarinsky. She was a standout. Well, everything here. Basketball player, volleyball, goalkeeper. A really good goalkeeper. Me and Mark talked about her a week or two ago. I reached out to her. She said he was one of the best coaches who truly cared for each of us like we were his own. He created a family within our team. That's so true. He taught us the fundamentals of soccer and how to be better in our everyday lives. Mark is truly one of the best. That is Allie Kakmarinsky, now Allie Bixler. I believe elementary teacher now.
And it's fun to hear what past players who are now young adults, say about their coaches. Just because it in a lot of ways, you might hear a totally different story when they're in the sport than when they're 25, 26, and they really know and appreciate what happens. But that sounds like she enjoyed it the whole time.
Yeah. And it was easy to reach out because I knew it was going to be a lot of good things being said. Number 3, Heidi Hofer getting set to check in. Emily Morales, what I liked most about Mark being coach is a team inclusion aspect. He always took into account what we needed as a team, says Emily Morales.
We got a little corner here, Shad.
Now playing JUCO soccer, corner kick for the Titans. This is Lakander. This is her specialty. Almost to the header by Hoffman. And then Wilson is way down the field. That's going to be a throw-in. He always took into account what we needed as a team and would benefit us in the long run. I missed the aspect where Mark always brought us up and encourages us as players. I love the family that we had throughout my 6 years with Lady Titans soccer. Everyone always felt like they had a purpose in the program, and it made us stronger together. Not all teams can say they have that in their program. So that is Emily Morales in her second year of JUCO soccer, and then she's going to be a police officer. So I wanted to reach out to her for sure. I just want to stay on Emily's good side. Yeah. And saw her brother the other day, Chris, doing great things in the Impact family, Impact basketball family.
Workout.
Yeah. And has just grown into just a great guy, really neat guy.
Yeah, it's fun to see the alumni falling into different roles as adults and just kind of seeing how their school experiences have kind of expanded into their young adult lives.
Yeah. Good job by Hoffman. Good patience. Titans yet to score. Almost halfway through the first half already. One of the best to ever wear the uniform here for the Titans is not only a great player, great person, Kayla Amar.
Is she still playing somewhere?
She's done. She played at USD. Wow. I think she had a year left into the game for the Cavaliers. Number 2, Ella Miley, and number 36, Alexis Bader. And Miley's a senior, Bader's a freshman. And so I did reach out to Kayla Amar, and thank you to all these girls for answering, because I just started doing it last night. I've been so busy. She said, I can't believe it's already his last game. Mark was a great coach to play for. He always wanted the best for his players, whether that be on or off the field. He was someone I knew I could call at any time for help. He was a great coach to play for and always wanted more. There was nothing he thought that was impossible to achieve. His belief in his team made us that much better. Mark has been a great coach to so many young players and has really made an impact on the T community. Thank you, Coach Mark, says Kayla Amar. So not only are they responding, this was like when it was Jordan Roush's last year as a coach for the Titans. Not only did all these former players respond, but it's long responses, and that says a lot too.
Yeah, it would be easy just to say, yeah, I really had fun. He's a great coach.
But it is just such a family program here. I hope that continues on, and he's been so great to me with his time and just I know when I reach out and text, he always adds something in extra. I asked him something the other day, and he said, "Great win on Saturday," and he was talking about the peer game, and I'll miss him a lot. Titans almost 20 minutes into this one, still no score. And like we said, Sioux Falls Jefferson 0-3 to Roosevelt, 0-2 to Aberdeen, 0-1 to Spearfish, 0-3 to O'Gorman, 1-4 Lincoln. So usually when you see 0-7, you're expecting to see some real blowouts.
10-0.
Yeah.
12-1.
And that hasn't been the case.
Well, and that's the thing, too. You look at a 3-0 game a lot of time in soccer, that third goal comes late when the other team's really pressing and just trying to force something to happen and give up a cheapy or last-minute goal.
Saw that about a half hour ago here.
So that's 3-0 games are pretty competitive games.
Yeah.
If you ask the team on the other side, even wins, they're like 3-0 can be a really hard-fought game. Haven't had a lot of scoring opportunities, though, in this one.
No.
Just not.
Lakander a couple times, but nothing. Nothing really. Like the boys, we saw a couple of blown opportunities that were played out to be pretty big. And that's about all they got was a couple chances. And nice move by Nielsen. Keeps her head up looking downfield. Her pass to Otten just gets tipped.
What was your introduction of Abby Munson? I couldn't hear that.
Abby the Wall Munson.
The Wall. I like that.
Yeah, she's the Wall.
She's been kind of quiet tonight here. She hasn't seen a lot of
she
action.
Doesn't mind that.
I was going to say, do goalies in soccer, are they mad when there's not?
I hope not.
Action, or you know what I mean, like a punter in football? Is he hoping to punt a lot, or is he glad when he doesn't?
Right.
Number
3, Madison Ingalls Jr. back into the game, and number 36, Alexis Bader, also into the game. I didn't see who came in for the Titans. I believe it's a forward.
I can't see anything through this monitor. I can tell that one has green shoes right now, but
that's Kate Giles' Sweet 16 birthday girl.
Yes.
Dad came and visited us before the game and said, "Feel free. I want you to know this, Kate." He said, "Feel free to embarrass her." So if he tells you any stories,
hopefully he makes you watch this back.
Because I know Kate is similar to Sister Alyssa. Don't let him tell you any stories. He told me, gave me free rein to embarrass you. And so I tried.
They can get her a W on her birthday.
Yeah. There's Hoffman. I think it's Stoliker. I'm going to guess it's Stoliker. Coach Hansen talked well about her last night. Boy, the Cavaliers are subbing a lot.
Yes, it's hard to.
Number 5, Ava Brown. Number 13, Ella Brown. So Brown and Brown onto the green for the Cavs. Sherry Anderson sent me a long note. I'll just dissect it. She said this soccer journey's been incredible. Never forget the day that Kaylee came home and said, "Hey, Dad, you're the new soccer coach." It's had its ups and downs, and she said the friends they've made, the parents, other coaches, and ball played by Hammerquist there. It's going to come to Munson. She said, and a special announcer. I think she's talking about Tom. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you so much. And has just been priceless. What I'll miss most, this is sweet, being a soccer mom to 40 girls. And she said, I plan meals for them. I wash their pennies. I wash lost and found. I tell them when, where practice is. And she says, I love them all like a soccer mom.
That's cool.
Yeah. And the toughest part has been watching the anguish Mark goes through as a coach. And
it's just, as a coach, there's just so much, whether it's the organizational part or it's just, trying to please people. Like, human beings just want people to like them and please people. But as a coach, that's virtually impossible, for everyone.
And a high school coach, too, as we see. There is Piper McKinney and also Sydney Stoliker back into the game.
So, yeah, and when you think of that kind of dedication, 12 years, just every year, year after year after year after year, just to make that decision to do it.
Yep, here we go again, and takes up a lot of your. Mark told me last night he's worried about what's going to happen, who's going to run the soccer part of it, or the summer part of soccer. And, so he's still. I asked, will you come back? Here's a scoring opportunity for the Titans. And
yeah, when you have your fingerprints all over something like that, there's got to be a little of nice
takeaway. Hoffman.
A little nervousness if you're him, and just wanting to see it go into the right hands. And
and he's got Yasmin down there, and as you can see, Mark's on the bench. He's usually standing. Yasmin's the one standing. And Yasmin has been running practices, the ones I've gone to, and I think Mark's kind of learning to step back and let Yasmin kind of take control. And Yasmin coaches one of the tempo teams here that's got some of these Titan players on it. And a great man himself is Yasmin, and I think he would be a no-brainer. As it gets cleared out of there for the.
It's kind of interesting.
Cavaliers.
She played that at her goalie as if it was a shot on goal. It was like, whoa.
Uh-oh. Turnover Titans. Hammerquist comes up and blocks it. This is Stoliker. Will drop it to Johnson. Johnson gets it taken away by number 3, Madison Ingalls. There's a ball. And now the Cavaliers fans on their feet, excited. Another block by Hammerquist. She's been the player of the game so far. That's a nice ball. Here comes Olivia Johnson bringing it up. She's got Stoliker to her left, sends it to her.
Look at the speed.
Out of bounds.
Look, she's a runner.
She's a track star. Yep.
It's fun to watch people that can run.
Oh.
Because I know what it feels like when I run.
Oh.
So when I see people that are good at something that I'm not, it's fun to watch.
Right. Hammerquist again. She's been all over the place.
When is playoff soccer begin?
Here's McKinney.
Oh, lead pass.
Playoff soccer, I believe, is October 8th.
Okay.
Because we're going to be getting into, soccer it's like football. It's where you can start out and it's hotter than the dickens, and then by the time you end, it could be snowing. And
wearing your parka.
Yeah, October 10th is the first round.
So
the second round is October 15th.
How many games are left?
Games left for the girls after this, 2. O'Gorman and Roosevelt, both on the road.
So this is one of those times, too. You might see Mark just kind of taking it in, too.
Yeah.
As a coach in your last home game, just kind of.
Yep. Sherry also said it's been bitter. It's been both their philosophies to teach more than soccer. And her hope is they made a difference in a few lives, and I know they have.
Yep.
She said this is bittersweet, but we have 5 amazing grandkids, 2 already in soccer, so we can't wait to be those crazy, proud grandparents on the sidelines. Sherry Anderson.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of the stuff as a coach you do hoping that it hits, but it might only hit for 2 or 3 people, but that's enough. If it really makes a big impact for 3 girls, 4 girls, then it's worth it. Then it's worth it, And it sounds like there's a lot more than 3 and 4 that he's made impacts.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's a big old kick.
Absolutely. We were talking about one player that had been dismissed from the team a couple times, and not by him. And he stood up and said, "This girl needs a place to go."
Mm-hmm.
And this girl now is doing great things in life. And he told me last night, he's like, "Can you believe it?" And he told me her name. That's a nice give and go by the Titans.
Yeah, it was.
But he got her back in the team and said, "We need a place to go." And the assistant coach said, "Fine," but she's yours. And there's nice ball, Piper McKinney.
Great spot.
Great spot, great give and go, great pass by, I believe.
Found the opening, sat in that little zone there, and put a shot on goal. Unluckily, it was right on the goalie.
Yeah, I believe is that Zoe Creedler up front right? I believe it is, 29. Let's check. It sure is. "11 minutes and counting already."
No stoppages so far in this game either.
Yeah.
It's been
another great one we talked about last night at length, and this was a crazy. The Titans season ended when the referee said that this girl fouled somebody. She didn't foul anybody. The girl then got a free kick from about 40 yards out and buried it to end the Titans' season in the state semifinals. Kari Hansen, a great soccer player here for the Titans. Her dad was assistant coach and just a great, I don't know if you know Mark Hansen at all. Just a great man. His response was
corner coming here for the
corner
Cavs.
for the visiting team. Mark has been a great coach for T area for all these years, and no small part due to the fact that he cares about and takes genuine interest in every member of the team, no matter their role. Not just in season, but all year round, and even after they've moved on from T. His ability to build both relationships with and foster them among all the girls on the team has been an integral part of making T area soccer. Here's the corner. So successful. The header.
Good header out of there.
Out of there by, I believe, Nielsen. And she controls the ball. Boots it upfield to McKinney. And McKinney kicks the ball. This is nice call by Olivia Johnson. Just can't control it. He's been an integral part of making T area soccer so successful. Mark is a great coach, a great guy, and an even better friend to all who are lucky to know him. So thanks to former assistant coach Mark Hansen. I remember when they lost a soccer state championship. This was about, 8-9 years ago at O'Gorman to, I forget who it was to, but it was in shootouts. I believe it was to West Central. And I went down. I was just, I don't know where I was going, but he came out of the locker room, and you could tell that's a handball about 3 times. And the middle ref is saying, he's saying because she was on the ground, maybe?
Maybe, just incidental.
But Coach Hansen, who was an assistant coach at that time, is now a big-time pilot. So he doesn't have time to assistant coach. But he came out of the locker room, and you could tell he had been crying, and then he stopped and talked to me for 5 or 10 minutes, and I thought that was really nice of him. Got another player coming in here for the Titans. Number 33, Abby Ringo, just a sophomore. Talked to Coach Mark about her last night. He said, you just never know as the season goes on. We've had her in at defender, and she was fine, but we've put her in at forward recently. Just try something new. And he said she hasn't got a goal, but she's been close.
She works.
That's a nice ball by Kleberg. Let's see if Kreidler can win the foot race.
She did.
She does. Boy, all started by Kleberg. Kreidler holds on to it, gets it up, looking for McKinney. Cleared out of there. Shot good! Left-footed shot. I believe by Stoliker. She just came and cleaned it up with 7:55 to go until halftime.
Rush. Yeah. Good rush. Kreidler winning the foot race down the sideline to set that up. I don't know who made that lead pass.
Lead pass was by Kleberg.
That was nice.
Really, really nice lead pass. And then Kleberg did her part. Kreidler won the foot race, which she initially was behind, and then got it up to
it's a good rush.
To Stoliker, Sydney Stoliker. So the Titans with 7:55 to go. Let's see now if that's going to lead to another 1 or 2 here before halftime yet, because it just always seems like the Lady Titans, when they get one, it just kind of it opens up the and then they get going. And we've got stoppage time, maybe a bloody nose or contact, and I hope that was Sydney Stoliker, because Tom Tosh came and asked me who scored it, and I told him. So he's going to announce it, and then if it wasn't her, you're probably going to see.
That tight goal was made.
Okay,
by
we're going to check it out.
Sydney Stoliker.
Okay, well, I think we're okay.
Nobody in the crowd is correcting him. I'm just waiting.
Off of the left, almost shin of Stoliker, came and kind of cleaned it up as it bounced into the air.
The line there of Ringo, Stoliker, and Kreidler.
Yeah. Ringo, McCartney, and Lennon.
You're talking about Abby Ringo, and she's just one of those girls that brings a really tough mentality, especially for lower classmen.
Yep. Good point.
Great body, like just really cares when she's out there. And I think most do, but she's one that wears it a little bit more, too.
Yep.
Big hockey fan, too.
Yeah.
New Jersey Devils.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. In middle school, anyway, she wore a New Jersey Devils jersey to school, like probably 3 days a week, and it was always a different one.
Oh,
like,
wow, okay. You're right. And I think she still is a Devils fan, I believe.
I appreciate that. I like, you know.
And why the New Jersey Devils of all teams?
I don't know. I think I asked her that one time too.
I'm gonna try to find out at halftime if I get close to her. I don't like she pulls the ball back, and she is
as advertised.
But she lacks in size. She makes up for in heart, and she went toe to toe
in pesky there,
right there. Yeah, with Killia Mitchell for Jefferson. 6:15 to go, and. Let's get Afton Murray in before halftime. Afton playing D2 soccer.
Oh, I thought she was like coming in here or something. I'm like, where's she at? Didn't see her come in.
We could use her.
She could give us some knowledge on this game of soccer.
I would let her up here and just give her the mic. While playing under Mark, a lot happened both personally and soccer-wise for me. Lots of wins, lots of great memories, a few state championships, lots of failed attempts at retirement by Mark. Throughout my years of playing under Mark, one thing never changed, how much I enjoyed playing with him as my coach. He always drove me and the team to be the best we could be. And I believe he and Tariga High School Soccer helped me become the woman I am today. And for that, I thank him as well as everyone that has coached or played with me on that team. I could have never done it without all of you. And then she says, P.S., now retire already and go enjoy it. So, again, another, not only did they answer, not only did they give long answers, but they're all really well thought out.
Yeah, very thoughtful answers.
Gal, I hope he enjoys it. I'm going to put something together. Munson.
We got a collision in the box there, but
made that a little closer.
Nobody's been any worse for wear there.
Under 5 minutes.
The wall came up and slammed the door.
I was thinking about when we did volleyball the other day and we gave the girl Skywalker, that name Skywalker, and it made me laugh at home, and hope she laughed too when she heard a couple of dorky older men calling her Skywalker.
Skywalker. She's probably like, what? Somebody probably had to say, first of all, there's a movie called Star Wars, but then there is also a player.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here come back into the game, number 15, Elena Otten, number 26, Kyle Lakander. Otten was out a long time.
Just approaching 4 minutes left to go in this first half.
And so Creedler and McKinney find the bench. At halftime, I'm going to go down on the field and see what I can hear. But this is very much a anybody's game right now. And Titans really want to get that second. And then when you get that second, you feel a little bit better. And then you go, I mean, for me, it's 3 goals. It's that 3-0 lead where you can kind of start breathing, maybe looking at your bench. Maybe you can get somebody off the bench. Here comes Hoffman, met there by number 4, Josie Simmons.
I'm thinking maybe we should try to get our sideline reporter in the gym, Les Schroeder, on the phone and just get kind of a report, a pregame report live on the phone. Maybe.
Otten taken down after battling.
Maybe FaceTime him and put it on YouTube or something.
We don't have that technology here. We have another sideline reporter down next to the end zone. Can you see the guy with the green penny on over there?
Who's that?
It's Noah Watson.
Oh, that would be
he's a ball shagger. Johnson going to send one in.
A little hook on that.
It was.
Bent that one.
Bend it like Johnson.
Yes.
Boy, great job by Otten. And almost by Abby Ringo, the sophomore. 19, Chloe Wilson back into the game.
Number 19.
Chloe, I talked to her a couple games ago, and she didn't even tell me the soccer league she played in, which is a premier big-time league, that she was the MVP of that league.
Wow.
Mark had to tell me. Chloe didn't even tell me. And I'm not surprised. And glad that she's staying close to home and playing at USF next year. She's out there playing midfield. There's Johnson. Collides for the time being with Mitchell. There's the ball up to Otten. She switches sides now. She'll come in and play left side up front. Under 2 minutes to go. And you know the Titans would love to get another goal. And Johnson gets it taken away by Hieronymus. Saw her brother, I'm guessing, a heck of a player in the boys' game, or number 11. There's birthday girl, Kate Giles, sends the ball up the field. I wonder what Kate wants for her birthday today. I wonder what that would be. Here's Ringo.
Oh, good play by the keeper there.
Probably not as close as I thought it was.
No, but from this angle, it's a little deceiving.
1 minute. As Tom's going to remind you right now.
1 minute.
Yep.
There we go.
Right on cue.
Thank you, Tommy.
The best in the business.
We laugh because we have this small coach's room up here, and there's usually 3 of us. And Tommy's got the whole living room up here.
Got a fridge in there,
Fridge,
air conditioning,
blinds.
You know, we got to tell him once in a while to pay attention.
Yes. Craig Clayberg, all his wonderful additions, the new video board. He's trying to get this stadium named
Let's
after
see
himself.
Olivia hit the net on this one.
25 seconds to go. Gets it into
good pass.
Wilson. It's going to be a corner. Nope.
Get up.
Boy. Oh, off the top bar.
You got to be kidding me.
Off of the top bar, I believe. Otten. That could have just as easily hit the top bar and went in.
That would have been a goal with about 15 seconds remaining. Wow.
Well, give it up for the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. Came into this one 0-7. Underdogs. They're fighting hard. They're only down 1-0 at halftime. And we will be back. Titans versus Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. Girls soccer.
right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the STHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back, T-Area Titans. Ladies soccer team 1, Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers 0. About 1.5 minutes until we start again. Both teams are back on the field. I did go down at halftime and visit with Coach Mark Anderson, and I asked him what he thought, and he said he thinks it should be 3-0 right now, and he said it really should be. And I didn't talk to him for a long time. He's gracious with his time, and so I just thank him for a little bit of time. And he said that this coach, Machacek, Taylor Machacek, Mark used to coach her, so it's the coach versus the pupil, coach versus the player, and player versus the coach. And he said that they're hungry, they want to win, and he said that's what I'm going to tell the girls here in a little bit, that these girls want to win, they feel like they can win. And I said they had an opportunity there right away, and he said, yeah, that was kind of surprising, and then we talked about something me and you talked about that I said, you see 0-7 and you think it's going to be 10-0. And he said, no, it's not. All their games have been, somewhat close, and so they're going to get one somewhere. And so he wants to come out and put one in find the net for the first couple of goals here and make this kind of comfortable right away. Will it happen? I don't know. We'll have to see. I did not get a chance, I'm sorry, Rick, to talk to Abby Ringo.
Oh, man.
She was stretching out, and I don't feel comfortable. Here we go, Cavaliers ball.
She might not have been in the mood to talk about hockey right then, just knowing the kind of competitor she is, even though, she's loyal to the Devils, which seems really weird to say that. But,
I did talk to the refs really briefly, and I said, you've got to be loving this night. And they said, the far one said, not from over there. And there's a nice ball by
– go get it.
By Chloe Wilson. Kaya Lakander just can't track it down.
We needed a little slope on that end zone going the other way, slow that ball down.
The referee on the far side said, not me. She said, I look over into the sun, and you can't see anything. Which, when I was at the boys' practice last night, I was on the east side of the field, and I couldn't see anything either. And
that's tough.
It's tough.
This time of night.
I told her it's about over. It'll be done.
A lot of shadows on the field right now.
Yep.
Big boot.
Big boot by.
Man.
That is Nora Weaver, keeper.
Got a hold of that thing.
The Cavaliers. I talked to Abby Munson as well. What's going on with Abby? Well, she said she's been playing soccer for 12 years. She played on a T Park and Rec team and was coached by her mom before moving to Tempo. So she really kind of started at the bottom. And now look at her. I asked her, why goalkeeper? She said, it's always been a back and forth position for me. Here comes Kyle Lakander, goalkeeper out. Ooh, nothing there. During rec, I loved to play it and be a brick wall, but when I switched to Tempo, I was told to play field. A few years later, that switched, and I regained my love for it despite being a little short for the position.
Well, and she injured ACL, wasn't it, last year?
Yes, yep. And so you had Maddie Botts.
Early in the season.
Yes, Maddie Botts filled in and won the state championship as a keeper. Maddie a little bit taller. I asked her what went right at the peer game. During the peer game, the whole team took a mental step up. We were tired of losing when we knew our potential. For me, it was about confidence. There are some games where it could just feel like I could stop any shot, and Pierre was one of those games, and she got a shutout, another shutout for Abby Munson.
Who are they playing? Pierre, thank you.
Who was number
Pierre. I just wanted to hear you say
Pierre, who was number 3 in the standings. That was her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th shutout.
I wonder if announcers for Pierre during their games say it correctly.
No, nobody does.
Or do they even care?
And
we might be the only ones.
I knew the announcer for Pierre. I don't know if he's still there. He's been there a long time, but and I can't remember his name. But he did all the Govs games. And they are 2-2 in football and didn't score a point in their last game.
Dang. How long has that been since they were
8 years? I mean, a long time since they've lost, let alone been shut out. And they almost lost earlier in the year as well. So that's out of bounds, goes to the Titans.
Little parody going on.
Yeah. Abby Munson, I said, how far can you go? She said, all the way. We know we're a good team, but we also know we have our flaws. Our team is very committed, and we have mental determination to win. It just takes execution. Here's Otten, 1-on-4. Nowhere to go. No help. Now she's getting a little help. Drawback. And into the corner. Lou Otten on senior night. A senior goal.
It was almost as if she was setting that up on her left foot and then brought it back.
Beautiful. That was really nice. 1-on-4. She got a little help, but didn't need it. Did it all herself. Pulled it back. Gets another goal.
That's a big goal early in the second half.
Second in 2 games. Yep, 3.5 minutes into this one. It's 2-0. And Abby Munson, her favorite fast food is Chick-fil-A. Her favorite movie is Crazy Rich Asians. Her favorite sport to watch is football. Her favorite store is Target. Her favorite drink is coffee. Abby, I don't even drink coffee, and I'm maybe twice her age.
I believe she's a Vikings fan. I know her family is. I'm just not sure she is.
She said her parents are amazing. They come to all her games and are amazing supporters. Her older sister Kaylee is student teaching at Venture Elementary for kindergarten class. Her older brother Eric attends USD. Heck of a golfer as well. Her younger brother Jack is an 8th grader and plays T-Boys JV golf team. Favorite teacher is who? He's your friend and mine. And he is, he likes his video games. He likes his Mountain Dew. He likes running.
Mr. Decker.
Mr. Decker. So there's a lot of amazing teachers and team. Mr. Decker makes class so engaging and does a great job teaching the information. I looked forward to his class every day and had a great time learning from him. My future plan is to be in pre-med and become a dermatologist. I don't know what college I'm going to, but I am looking at Nebraska, Wisconsin, Creighton, and USD. Woo! I asked her about Mark Anderson. He's a very invested coach, and you can tell he cares about the game and about us. So Abby Munson.
It's always a good compliment when they know it cares.
Yeah.
You know, it might be obvious, like, oh, you should, but when your own players know that you care.
Yep. Absolutely.
And invested, I like that word too, that she used.
Yes. Yep. She's a well-spoken future dermatologist, Abby Munson. And her brother, Eric, I remember he was a great golfer for T and played
Abby's gotten
basketball.
better year after year in golf, too. She's one of them that's just improved her game, very steady as far as her mentality. It's no surprise that she's a goalie on the golf course. She's a girl that could put up an 11 on one hole and come back with a 3 on the next. So, like, not a lot of golfers can have that kind of mentality to not let one thing, one play, one hole ruin your whole day.
That's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
Titans up 2-0. 6 minutes into the second half. And good job turning the field over there. Here comes Maya Newhart. Maya was on the
nice stop.
Really nice stop and then out of bounds for Otten. Maya was on the high school royalty court. Didn't win it, but came to practice about 45 minutes late last night after the celebration in the park. And Delaney Burke and Jacob Youngye were the winners. And
I believe you called that one.
I picked it.
You did.
Here we go, Lou Otten. What's your left foot look like? Spins around. drops it. She could have taken that one.
It was really well selected, I thought, by the high schoolers.
Absolutely. Yep. I agree.
Got it right.
There were some tough. It was a tough pick.
Right.
You had Claire Hank and
a lot of kids that are involved in a lot of things in that group.
Really, really good kids, and I think they picked it right. I think Delaney. I remember she was in John Westhoff's class in the 3rd grade, and just a great.
Yeah, she was
above her year.
Yep.
Above her years, I would say.
Yes.
And then Jacob is a big, tough football player, and just another really, really good kid. And he's going to do some big things in football after he leaves TRA High School. He's going to go play in college somewhere. They're going to get a good player and a good kid. And Delaney, I think she might be. That's Titans throw in. That's Kyle Lakander.
Yeah, Delaney, I taught her back in middle school, and she's one of those rare students that, as a senior, was much as she is now.
Yeah.
And she acted the same way, same maturity as a middle schooler. That's not always the case with middle schoolers, right? It's so it's you see her now as a senior, and you're like, wow, she hasn't hardly changed as far as her demeanor, and just a good kid.
Absolutely. Emma Watson, number 8, junior, into the game.
Still alive. The left foot.
Still alive. Where is it? Watson in there that had a shot at it, just entered the game. Ball out of bounds. How dangerous are the Titans when Kyle Lakander goes to that corner for the corner kick? She can just put it anywhere she wants to.
We got a corner coming up here?
Yes. That's going to be her again, like we talked about.
I want to see a header here. I want to see a header for a goal.
Okay. Chloe Wilson.
Okay, you're calling it.
No. If it's going to be a header, I think it's going to be,
it's a little low too there.
Almost. And not a lot of height out there for the Titans. Almost 30 minutes to go. Second half, 2-0 Titans.
Cavaliers substitution.
Number 7 into the game for the Cavaliers. It's Macy Hensel, senior. And I'll try to find another player here. I've got a really good one. I think she was almost the Carly McKinney.
What do we got?
And what a great pullback by Lakander, and then gets it taken away. Cavaliers survive for now.
A little
Titans
danger
are on the
zone
move.
here.
The drop from the hammer. Here's the ball up to Emma Watson. Good idea. Carly McKinney, one of the best goal scorers we've ever seen here. Number 2, Ella Miley, senior.
Ella Miley.
I've learned many things from Mark, who has made me into the person I am today. He does not just care about you as a player, but as a person and a human being. Playing for him has shaped me into the person I am today. Best coach ever, Coach Mark Anderson. So that was Carly McKinney. Thank you, Carly. And she could really score. Here we go. Chloe Wilson. Put that on goal.
That was a tough one, too, because it was a bouncing ball. And she didn't have time to wait for that thing to settle. She had to just do something with it and almost put it in the back of the net. Good effort.
Noah Watson down there.
Yep. Speaking of effort.
Running down the ball.
Where is he? Oh, there he is. I got him.
Goal kick. Cavaliers.
Right in your picture there with the goalie.
Is our special contributor there in the green for basketball.
As the time ticks under 29.
Yeah.
Noah is Augie, right? Student at Augie.
Absolutely. We're going to be going to some Augie hockey games next year together.
Yes.
And that was a lot of fun. Saw Mark Peterson there and Kent Sattler and
some of T's finest.
Yeah. I took he's down there waving at somebody. I took Noah to a game once, and we decided I'll never do this again. With about a minute to go, we decided we were going to leave and beat the crowd. It's not that big of a crowd, but still. And they scored the game tire as we were walking out. We could still see it, but so then we stayed and watched overtime, and and didn't.
That's what you get.
Didn't work.
Almost
Nope.
missed it.
Never again. And
don't leave early.
In a 1-goal game.
No. We were at the Viking game this weekend, and we actually left early. My wife was amazed because I never will leave a game early.
Mm-hmm.
But they were up 31-7 with 6 minutes to go, and I was like, we can go. And she's like,
oh, look at the
really?
header. Oh. The header by Otten. This is going to be tough for Lakander. She's going to hit it on a low bounce.
Oh, nice.
Just a little crossover to try to get a second touch on it. Couldn't happen. This is Newhart.
A lot of the action down here at to the right of to right of us here.
Titan side. Chloe Wilson
putting on a little
wow.
shake and bake.
And then just drops it for Kate Giles. It's Kate's birthday.
No foul on for the birthday girl there.
Like for her birthday, for her dad not to embarrass her again. Here's
like
Wilson.
To see a goal here.
I love how they're being patient and just kind of working it around. There's a nice shot off the top of the post.
Oh. Was that off the post and off the goalie?
I don't know. Lakander.
Because how did that end up going?
Right, out of bounds like that.
Oh, we need a replay.
I just talk. I don't get to run the equipment.
That was a blast. Well placed.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many balls hit the goalpost or the crossbars. Like, all right, here we go.
Here you go, Lakander.
That's there.
Almost a header. And just over.
Oh.
Nope.
A lot of pressure here being put on.
Newhart couldn't get it. Goal kick for the Cavaliers. And Nora Weaver taking her time. She said, I'm just a junior. I'm going to be here another year. So there is Newhart. She finds Lakander. Now here's Giles versus Hensel. Giles will win this one. Ball's out of bounds. She'll throw it in. And Maya Newhart says, I'll throw it in. You go play defense. Wilson up the field. She's going to find Nielsen. I'm sorry, Otten. Otten, that's going to be Titans throw in. So Lakander will come up and throw that in. Good job by our ball girls, ball shaggers today. There's Otten. Otten's been really active here today. And Watson. You got Otten, Watson, Waltner, Nielsen, Thompson, Johnson, Hoffman, Munson. I don't know where I was going there. It's kind of it was like a Harry Carey moment. That's going to be an inadvertent tripping on the Titans. That's on Emma Watson.
I think you were just kind of getting around to how many last names end in N.
Yeah.
With Otten Johnson.
We did it at the high school one year. O-N, how many ended in O-N, and it was pretty fun. Last player I talked to is I talked to Chloe Wilson about Coach Mark, and she's been a special player for him. Kreidler and also McKinney back into the game for the Titans. And back in for the Cavaliers, Dupert, Bader, and Juarez Arden to the game. And Dupert, maybe it's her birthday. She's got a big cheering section here. That's what it's like when Willie walks in here. You get that, the woo-hoos and the... playing for Mark was truly an experience, says Chloe Wilson, as he wanted to win just as bad as us and put so much time into us. He didn't treat us only like players, but also as humans and cared for each of us like a daughter. That's really nice. Chloe Wilson said that. Kaya Lakander. She's played for 11 years. She plays forward winger. She plays there because she creates opportunities for other players and herself. the position I'm at is where I would like to play also. She likes her position, and it's a good spot for her. She's really enjoys passing, it would appear. As a team, they need to bring energy to every game, and we want the team to win. We need to want to win more than the other team. Her favorite restaurant is definitely Texas Roadhouse.
Definitely, she said.
Yeah, that's a good one because I'm not a Chick-fil-A
like
fan.
Those buns.
Yeah. Her favorite TV show is Vampire Diaries. I don't even know what that is. Her favorite drink is Shirley Temples and Dr. Pepper. Wow. Kyle, a candor cutting loose with the Shirley Temples. Kate Giles just knocks that one out of bounds. Throw in for the Cavaliers. Who's better cook, do you think? Her dad or her mom, the LaCanders?
Wow. I got to go with Franny. Is that her mom's name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it was her dad. I really did. He's better at cooking when it comes to grilling. Otherwise, it's her mom. See, she's playing it really safe there.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Good answer. Smart kid.
Who's got the better taste in music, mom or dad?
I'm going to say she thinks her dad does.
Good job.
Thanks.
Good job. She said her dad. He listens to what I listen to, she said. So, like T-Swift.
Nice.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's kind of with it. Hip.
Now, I know who this was.
Nice, give and go
This
there.
is an easy one. Who has the better fashion sense?
Well, I'm guessing her mom.
Absolutely. That was an easy one, and I just threw that in there just so I could feel good about myself and be like, "You're so smart. You figured out it was Franny, and not Dougie." She plans on attending Bethany Lutheran in Mankato. She's going to major in sports medicine and also play soccer there. She plans on becoming an athletic trainer.
Get in.
No, that was off the head. It's going to be a corner.
That's going to be a corner, yeah.
Oh, he's saying it's a goal kick.
Oh,
I thought it was deflected.
So did the Titans. Here comes Chloe.
Chloe's like, no, we're taking.
She's
going to
correct him. We're going to watch her.
Oh, they're getting a corner.
Okay.
So he must have been overruled.
Waddy was on it.
It was fun, she said, to play for Mark, and they always created memories as a team. So if I missed anybody in the Mark Anderson tribute, as we watch Abby Munson, 20 minutes away from shutout number 6 on the year. If I missed any of you fine people, I'll bring it up again next game that we do, playoff game here. But I think I've got everybody. And a few that didn't answer. Josie Bardsley, I would like to have heard from her. Oh, there's a goal. Count it. Chloe Wilson, 23 yards out.
I was just going to say about from the 25-yard line there, but
20:08 to go. There's the third one, 3-0, and Titans will breathe a little easier.
They've controlled this half. I don't think the ball has been on opposite side of the 50 for more than maybe a few seconds.
And well, they didn't look bad the first half. It was just a nice effort by the Cavaliers.
Right.
It's been all Titans second half, and halfway through they've scored.
Here comes another opportunity.
2. There's Kreidler again. She just pulls it back and then fouls.
We haven't seen much for fouling in this game. Pretty clean.
Yes, sir. And I think we covered everybody.
Who do we got coming in here? Heidi?
This is going to be Heidi Hofer for the Titans, and for Jefferson, it's going to be Josie Simmons. Hofer's a junior, Simmons a senior. And I reached out to some other players that I would like to hear from. But we can do another broadcast, and we can hear from those players at that point. 12-7 is the volleyball score against Watertown.
And for the Titans, number 3, Heidi Hofer.
As we get the report from Les Schroeder, and of course, as Les always would do it, he announced the Titans score first.
He does.
He told me it was 7-12. It's 12-7. And we asked him if he was going to come out here and support, and he said you asked him. Yeah. He said he's supporting volleyball.
He is. He is a diehard volleyball fan. And very knowledgeable volleyball fan.
And they are 0-9, and he said, I just want to win. And I think they're going to have a win in them coming up here pretty soon.
Played a couple good sets in Pier the other night. Other day. Losing 32-31 in the first set. That's a lot of points.
Stoliker scored. She's back into the game.
When's the next action for these Titans?
For these Titans, it is it's on the 1st at O'Gorman.
Next Tuesday.
So how'd you know that? You just know?
I just knew today is the
24th.
Or 24th.
Okay. So maybe it's not next Tuesday. And that's Newhart just refusing to kick it out of bounds and pays off for her. So I'm guessing you're going to see Abby Ringo into the game soon, and maybe some others. He's got some. I asked him if he's got some JV girls that he pulled up. He said if Elena Mann and Riley Black he pulled up. Riley Black is a sophomore transfer from Lenox.
I was going to say that name does not sound familiar to me, but that's why.
Elena Mann, I think she's down there wearing 22. I think that's her. And Mackenzie Thompson is down there in uniform, but of course she's out for the year. Or no, that's not her. That might be, she might have to give up her jersey to one of the players. You hate seeing just like John Schlunson on the boys team, you hate seeing a girl go down their senior year. You know all about that.
And John's had struggles with injuries the last 2 seasons, I believe.
Yep. Postseason, looking at that, the Titans are now 6th. So they would get a home game. They would be in there. Abby Ringo back into the game. And she goes in for Maya Newhart, and has probably played her last regular season home game, South Dakota. Stadium. I can't believe it. I remember when her sister was an 8th grader. It seemed like yesterday. And now her sister is long gone, and now Maya will be long gone. And
means we're getting older.
It's okay.
That's right.
You know, the great thing about getting older is you just don't care as much or at all anymore.
Right. It's all kind of the same, you know. You just get to.
And I tell my kids that all the time. I go, I really don't care, like, if they think I'm dorky or. I told my son and his friend the other day that Taco John's was better than Taco Bell, and they laughed at me. They just openly laughed at me. And I just told them, I said, you just don't know what you don't know.
That's right.
You just don't know that Taco John's was one of my first jobs, and the quality, and it's, I mean, there's no comparison in my world. And I know a lot of people like Taco Bell. I can't believe it, but. And they just laughed, and I said, I'm not even mad because you just don't even know. Like, you're so young and foolish that.
That's right. All they like are those
it's okay.
Crunch Wraps or whatever, which are good.
I don't even know what they have. I try not to go to any of those places.
They've got a good breakfast.
No,
burrito.
I tried breakfast there. It was terrible.
No, it's like some round Crunch Wrap that's like really good. But it doesn't beat the Taco John's breakfast burritos, though, no.
No, those are heaven.
Those are so good.
And I was at Josiah's Coffee House the last 2 days, and I'm going to tell you something about them. That's a little slice of heaven there.
Never been there.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Just like I'm going to go into OPH tomorrow, Original Pancake House, and I'm going to eat some stuffed hash browns, and those are delightful. There's a ball that's going to skip out of bounds.
Ref tried to keep it in. Play on, he said. Under 15, so he wants to keep this game going.
Ava Brown and Marlo Zimmerman into the game for the Cavaliers. We laughed when we used to work scorer's table for basketball because when you get to that 30-point mark where it's a running clock, all 3 refs are usually going to come and let you know because it's not that they don't want to be reffing. They don't want to be reffing a 30-point game.
Right.
And they love big games. I've talked to a lot of refs, and they love big games as much as coaches and players do and exciting games. And they feel the crowd just like the players do and the coaches do, and they appreciate it. And They get amped up for it, but
Hey, make an adjustment. Let's go.
a 44-2 game like T area versus Dual at halftime is not exactly a game they want to be calling.
Yeah, I remember that.
They do the rondos drill last night was what they were doing, and
here we go.
The Titans, and I asked Mark, I said, what does this improve? He said passing, and he said that we're built on passing. He said when I got here, or in the early days, we really couldn't pass. And we really started, who can win the foot race here? It's 3 goalkeeper. Good job by Weaver.
Too, and he made the comment about scoring. And if you don't have those scorers and those big-time playmakers, you have to rely on all your players just doing a good job, whether it's passing or moving the ball or ball handling, or everybody's got to do a little. Mm-hmm. You don't just rely on that one goal scorer, that one creator.
Yeah, he said that. It's
substitution number 3, Madison.
When they really started learning how to pass, and they really started running that. I forget what he called it again. The rondos drill, I believe. That's when they really started to take off. And when I asked him about this Jefferson team, he said they're not playing as good as defense as they normally do, and that's kind of what they're built on off the back head of the referee. And he's stopping that play. The referee is part of the field. And what in the world?
Interesting. Did it just hurt? Did it just really stun him?
Because we've all seen, referees and they say they're part of the field, and if it bounces off of them, then
yeah.
Oh, that's a nice ball. Here come the Titans.
And that one, obviously, he wasn't in the way of anything or like stopping a scoring opportunity. Just innocent bystander getting busted in the back of the head.
I asked Mark who surprised him this year, right on cue, Sydney Stoliker. And he said Allegra Waltner was really coming along before she got hurt. And
Mackenzie Thompson's another injury.
Yeah.
That she had been kind of struggling with a torn labrum, like in her hip. Is that where that is? And then she went down a couple weeks ago and ended up having surgery, I believe, last week.
Yeah. Just too bad. Your daughter made it, I believe, 2 games in her senior year for volleyball and went down.
Yep, ACL. Darn injuries.
Yeah. And it's so unfair for girls because girls are so much more ACL prone. We saw Sydney. I did reach out to her, but she didn't answer me. Like I said, I reached out last night. So if these girls haven't seen this, it's okay. Into the game, number 2.
Here we go.
Believe that's Riley Black.
Oh,
great shot there.
Who is that?
I believe that was Kendra Nielsen.
Man.
Yeah. Sydney Sherwood.
Yeah.
Tore both of them.
I believe Mackenzie, though, just being a junior. So that,
yeah. Oh, that's
hopefully
right.
she returns in normal form for that senior year because she's a go-getter.
Yeah, and I know Sydney. Sydney Sherwood told me that she thought about not returning, and who would blame her?
2 ACLs, was it, or 3?
2. And then her final kick of her career is the one that decides the state championship. I mean, Mark we talked about that again last night, and he said that just hits me right in the heart. He said unbelievable for everything she'd been through.
Can't make that up.
No. That's what I told him. I said, that's a Disney movie. That's one where you kind of watch it. And my wife says I ruin movies, and she tells me to go downstairs. That's a nice ball there. But it's better defense by Giles, who does a little drop kick back to Munson. Munson boots it upfield, out of bounds. About 9 minutes and change remaining in this one. And going to be a throw-in for the Cavaliers. I bet set 1 is over. I bet the Titans fell 25 to 15.
10 to 25.
10?
10 to 25.
Oh, you're right. Linnea Connors hurt, went to the locker room. Set 2 is 9-4
here.
Watertown.
Had a little break.
Nielsen sticking with it.
Oh, look at that. She ain't giving up that thing.
Oh, off the top of the
what a shot.
Top post. I believe that's Black or Man. I don't know.
Wow. That was a rocket off of her foot.
I believe that's Man, and then Black is going to be 22 down there. She hasn't gone in yet.
That's making your presence known on a shot right there. It was a great win by, who was that, Newhart?
Another one. Not on goal. Noah Watson skips out of the way, and now he's off to the races to go get the ball.
We got him there. There he is.
Hansel and Gretel. No, Hansel and Ferentz back in.
Man, thought we had another one there. That was
8 minutes until we go home, and it's, I hate to bring this up, but it's a footballless Tuesday.
It is.
I don't know what we'll watch. But to be fair, I didn't watch any football last night. I was at both practices until, I guess, what's late for me. But love being at practice. I love coming out and just a lot of times just sitting and just watching and just it's just nice to be out here. And so I love our coaches that let me come to practice and don't think I'm being a weirdo.
Right.
Well, I'm weird, but Taylor Fechner, our new girls basketball coach, and his family in the house tonight at the soccer game. Awesome to see him come and support. Out of bounds, Titans throw in. I told him he can come in the booth for football anytime he wants, but he said he's
Look at that.
That's
Look at
a
that
great throw in and a great job by Nielsen just to be patient with it. Cross, left foot, nope. Sets it up, drops it, and almost
right on goal
for Hofer with the left foot.
Great movement.
Only sport that cheers when you get close to scoring but don't score. I don't understand.
That's true. They're cheering for the pressure applied.
Okay, but nice takeaway. And then great job by Giles. That can't be on Giles. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Or they didn't know it was her birthday.
So the free kick for the Cavaliers, and number 24 is Logan Ferentz, just into the game, the senior, with the knee brace on.
Nice kick.
Yep. Gets it into the box at least. Titans, most of their stars on the bench.
That was the
that's a nice touch.
Uh-oh.
And this, this playing man, and that was, of course, Olivia Johnson. Did she dye her hair? She must have dyed her hair.
Who's that?
Olivia Johnson over there, number 20.
Yeah, it seems a little blonder than normal.
Or the son.
I'm going to have to ask her dad down. Just holler down to Andrew.
We tried to play a joke on him pregame. I put the cans on, and I said that I was acting like I was announcing the game, and I said she was ineligible for her grades. And he turned back up, and he said, "What?" And her stepsister is number 8 out there, played for a while, Emma Watson.
Emma, yep.
And I said that Johnson and Watson were out for bad grades, and I don't know who he said, but he said one of them had a 4.0 and one of them had a 3.7. And so some seniors coming back into the game. I guess this is a strategy to, you never know. Some players might want to end it coming out early and getting the standing ovation, and some might go, I just want to end my time. And this isn't the last game here for the Titans, but some go, I want to end the game on the field. I want to come out. I want the standing ovation. I want to see people crying. Here's an opportunity. I don't really. Ringo Wright, now on defense, comes in. Great job by her.
First time Abby's touched the ball for a little bit.
Yeah, she's going to be a fun one to watch in the future. 2 more years after this year.
There we go.
Bounce that
We
went
got a
the
little
Titans'
breakout
way.
here.
Says, man, can she find Nielsen? Nielsen's not offsides. Good job by number 11. It's Sydney Polkingham. And now Otten, Newhart, Wilson.
Number 19, Chloe Wilson, and number 26,
Lakander is the last one. 4 Titans going back into the game. And so might get a couple. Yep, we're going to get a couple more Titans.
And he may put them in so he can take them out to give them a... Oh, we got a goal.
And who got that one?
That was Chloe again. Chloe with a little chip in there.
And the keeper is good job by the Titans, not to celebrate, but to make sure the keeper's okay.
Right.
Hat trick for Wilson. And Wilson with the hat trick.
That ball just came loose in front of the net, and Chloe was there to pick up.
Into the game for about 10 seconds, and she gets her 3rd goal. So I'm going to be quiet while 13 and 22 come in, because I don't know who these girls are.
We'll give them some camera time right here.
And maybe Tommy does.
Well, you know, he's probably got the same program.
I talked about that in the boys' game, how you're going to get some of this late in the season because kids get called up and programs don't get changed. And so 13, that's Maya Newhart, and we get a backup goalie going into the game here.
Substitution number 55, Emily Hall.
Emily Hall.
Yeah. And for the Titans, number 13, Riley Black.
Riley Black.
And number 22, Emily Boudall.
Okay, Emily Boudall.
Evidently, you got a program that isn't up to date.
My friend, I got here. I had a busy day. I rolled in here. I thought it said 20 minutes or 30 minutes until game time, and I thought, oh, I'm piece of cake. And I went into the concession stand, and I came out, and it said 9 minutes till game time.
Nope.
I've had nightmares about this, about walking into a game and not having any pronunciations, any. Thank goodness for Tommy Tosh. He got the starters for me and the pronunciations, and got me all set to go. So special thanks to Tommy, not only for being the PA guy for all these games. That's a nice ball. Lou Otten's going to run this down with 3.5 minutes to go. And
yeah, people appreciate it when announcers get pronunciations too.
It's
because,
so easy to do.
Oh my goodness, it's hard to listen when it's constantly. That's why I don't say any. I just sit here and add a couple things. I don't want to upset anybody.
I had a parent once send Brian Tavette, when he was a police officer for T, up to the box because it was Matt Olette. It was Vermilion football player. This is a long time ago. Matt Olette, and I was pronouncing it Matt Culette because it's O-U, and I thought it was cute. And apparently, and he was running back, so he got a lot of mentions, and Mom was not happy. And so Brian Tavette
was he in uniform?
Yeah.
Was he?
He was working the game. And so he knocked on the door and said, "Can I come in?" Well, of course, Mr. Tavette.
Yeah.
And he said, "Apparently you're announcing this name wrong," and the mom is not happy. So since then, that was been a long time ago, I will go over to coaches or managers and I'll go, "I'm not trying to make any moms mad tonight. Can you help me out on name pronunciations?"
Yes.
And then when I ask and they go, "Yeah, I think," I go, No offense, but
not good enough.
But I'm moving on.
I DJ'd wedding dances for about 20 years, and I did the introductions, and that was my worst fear of announcing the bridegroom's name incorrectly. So I would go to people, and they'd be like, "Well, I think it's this," and I'm like, "No, I don't need to know what you think it is,
because you think it's this too."
And Officer Tavette, that's a name that a lot of people mispronounce when they see it. So he probably was used to that too.
Yep, my daughter, her first ever one was in middle school, and they pronounced her first name wrong and her last name wrong. And she looked at me, and just like your son, Braxton Williamson, I said, just get used to it.
Don't take it. Don't be offended, please.
No.
Nice move. Nice move.
Nielsen. Again.
Oh, look at
thought she was going to set up the lefty. It's going to be a throw-in. This is Newhart. Got 2 13s out there. This is the new 13. Here's the Titans. Send it up. And drops it to Chloe Wilson.
Chloe looking
number 4. 1 minute to go.
1 minute.
And so Mark Anderson, he got his 100th win, was just the other night. And
at Pierre?
I think it was at Roosevelt. So he's a 101. This will be 102 against 40 losses. and I don't know how many ties, but 3 state championships, and then I think 3 or 4 more state runners-ups. And so you can't even, and people yelling with 30 seconds left to go in a 4-0 soccer game.
Right. It must have been their daughter that was about to get that ball.
And 102 wins and counting, and what a legacy Mark Anderson has built here, and it'll carry on. And the Titans 4, Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers 0. Jefferson falls to 0-7. The Titans, they will improve to 7-3-2. And 100 wins in high school soccer is not something to sneeze at. It's a heck of an accomplishment. Titans, like we told you, they'll move on. They play at O'Gorman. Cavaliers' next game is going to be at Brookings. That's on Thursday. And so best of luck to them. I know Coach Anderson had a lot of good things to say about Coach Taylor Machachuk. And she'll get it rolling here. And there we are. Rick, I thank you, my friend.
My pleasure.
For coming up. And neither of us know a ton about soccer, but we made the time fly. And
good game by the Titans.
Titans
yes.
Shutout by Munson. Hat trick by Wilson. And until next time, Titan Nation, bye for now.